All right, I call the regular meeting of the Milliken Board of Trustees for November 8th, 2023 to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Will the town clerk please call roll?
Trustee Beckman.
Here.
Trustee Dean.
Here.
Trustee Meisner.
Here.
Trustee Wakeman.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich.
Here.
Mayor Austin.
Here.
And I'd like to note Trustee Lane is absent.
Thank you. For the agenda tonight, I have one adjustment. We're going to take off the executive session because we have no further update. Does anyone have any other additions or deletions to the agenda? Hearing none, I'll take a motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Dean.
Yes.
Trustee Meisner.
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman.
Yes.
Trustee Beckman. Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich.
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Do we have any citizens' comments this evening? Anybody that wants to address the board? Hearing none, we'll move forward. Next up, we have the Planning Commission appointment. So 4 candidates applied and were interviewed on October 25th, 2023. Great interviews. We will start with a nomination for the Planning Commissioner seat first. I'll take a motion.
I would move to appoint Randy Helzer as the Planning Commission regular Planning Commission member.
Second that.
Okay, opening it for discussion. I have my notes from the interview. I will say that, yes, Randy had a good interview. His concerns, of course, was managing growth, improved roads and drainage, along with trail system. And he is involved in our community, mostly in Meadow Farms, as the chairman of the Highland Estates HOA. So I felt that, yes, he would be a good fit. Any other open comments from board members?
I felt like he had lived in town long enough to have a pretty good idea of what was going on in town.
You're right. He's been in town 4 years.
I felt like he was well-rounded in his background and could bring a good perspective.
Any other comments? Trustee Beckman or Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich?
I have none.
Trustee Wakeman, any comments?
No.
Okay. All right. We'll take a vote on the Planning Commissioner appointment, please.
Trustee Meisner.
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman.
Yes.
Trustee Beckman. Trustee Dean.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich.
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Now we have one more seat that's open. It is the alternate Planning Commissioner. I'll take a motion on this position.
I would move to appoint James Baugh as the alternate Planning Commission member.
Second.
Okay, opening it for discussion. My notes indicate that James Baugh has been in town since December 2019. He very much pinpointed biggest area of interest, water conservation. That is a high priority for our town. Certainly promoting natural native xeriscapes. He has a good understanding of the responsibilities of the Planning Commission, and he is heavily involved in our community, on the Milliken Events Committee, assistant dog park manager. He's president of the Settlers Village HOA. So yes, he definitely assists the town. Comments from other board members?
I liked his community involvement.
I did too. I felt like he was not only interested in helping the community, but had spent a lot of time doing so.
I liked his comments about the town of Milliken, how much he enjoys living here and makes him a good addition to our community.
Trustee Beckman, any comments? Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich?
No.
All righty, thank you. I'll take a vote on the nomination.
Trustee Meisner,
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
Trustee Beckman, Trustee Dean,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich,
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. All right, congratulations to our two new Planning Commission members. Do we go through the resolution?
Yeah, we just need.
Go ahead. Yes, I would recommend that you move to approve the resolution with the names inserted that were just appointed.
I would move for the adoption of resolution number 23-21, a resolution appointing a member to the Planning Commission with the name of Randy Helzer in as the qualified, the Planning Commission member, and James Ball as the alternate.
I'll second that.
Town clerk, please call for a vote for the resolution.
Trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
Trustee Beckman, Trustee Dean,
Yes.
Trustee Meisner,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich,
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. Is there any discussion or comments on the meeting minutes of October 25th, 2023? Hearing none, I'll take a motion.
Move to approve?
Second.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Beckman, Trustee Dean,
Yes.
Trustee Meisner,
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich,
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. Next up is our town administrator's report. Administrator Powell, what do you have for us this evening?
Microphone that's very high. Excuse me. Thank you, Mayor. Well, first of all, I'm a little behind schedule here. I should have done this sooner, but I want to announce that Carrie Reinbarger has received her certified municipal clerk designation. This designation is not easy to achieve or receive. It's 3 years of attending the Municipal Clerks Institute plus other trainings outside of that. So I'd like to congratulate Carrie on receiving her, as we call it, the CMC.
Congratulations.
Our parks crew have been busy finishing up their projects around town that we had going this year. Plus, as you can see, they're putting up our Christmas decorations and lights before the weather changes to being too cold to do so. So they've been busy doing that. Cherry Street project is moving along. We've been posting weekly updates on the town's website and Facebook pages regarding its progress. I believe we're hoping to be finished at the end of November-ish. So that's our goal, is to have it paved by Thanksgiving. Staff is meeting with Denise Bradshaw tomorrow. She is with Weld County in the Office of Emergency Management. We're going to discuss possible funding assistance with infrastructure improvements along County Road 21. So we could look at what it would take to increase the size of box culverts, et cetera, and what kind of funding options there are for us. Also this afternoon, I don't know if the mayor has received her emails yet or looked at her emails from today. We received wonderful news regarding our DOLA grant application for Weld County Road 23 3/4. We received a grant award of $952,613 to assist us with this project.
All right.
Yeah, so congratulations to staff for obtaining that. If our quick calculations are correct, thus far, this year, the town has received approximately $2.7 million in grant funding for this year. So,
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of hard work to get those grants. Thank you very much to
Yes.
staff.
yes. So we're excited. We're going to have a busy next year already between sidewalks, ADA ramps, and Weld County Road 23 3/4, and plus whatever else comes along. So, yeah, this is incredible. Big help to the town.
What is our portion of 23 3/4?
Was it 50? About 50%? Our portion on, was it a 50-50 grant for Weld County Road 23 3/4? Yeah. Yes, so. And so what we're doing, I mean, it's a complete redo of the whole road, plus adding curb and gutter, adding sidewalks, adding lighting, preparing it for future signal light at that intersection. So there's going to be a lot of work that goes in on that, but
Nice.
yeah.
10%? What?
Was it 80-20?
That sounds better.
Yeah. I'm just grateful we can get this
Yes.
road done, and $952,000 is significant, so.
Yes, yes.
Can we have a post on that on social media
Sure.
tomorrow? Thank you.
And how much of the, is it just to whatever the crossroad is there?
Ash Street
Yeah.
to Highway 60.
Awesome.
So yes, thank you very much to the Department of Local Affairs for recognizing this as an important project. And that's all I have. I mean, I started out with something great, what Carrie did, and ended up with some good news this afternoon, so that made a perfect day.
Yes.
Yes, agreed. Any questions of the town administrator? Thank you for a great report.
You're welcome.
Very uplifting. All right, we don't have anything on the consent agenda, so we'll move to the action agenda. So we have a public hearing for the proposed 2024 budget. Presenting is Wade Nickerson, Finance Director. The time is 6:42, and I'm opening the public hearing.
Good evening. I'll give a quick summary on the budget that's proposed. The 2024 budget has revenues of approximately $17.7 million and expenditures of about $23.6 million. We only changed a couple items from the work session. Those items were included in these updated numbers. That was an increase of $5,400 for property tax revenues, and then an increase in the Milliken Events Committee contribution of $5,000. So those two things were the only changes that were made to the budget that we discussed at the work session. And I can take any questions on information.
Okay, questions from the board, starting with Trustee Beckman? Trustee Dean?
Yes, I was looking at your quick summary here, and expenditures of $23.6 million and revenue of $17.7. Where's the difference coming from?
It's coming from fund balance. So the majority of that, our capital improvement plan includes about $8.4 million worth of improvements that we're going to do next year. And so we're going to use a lot of our fund balance for those projects.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Trustee Wakeman?
Remind me again what the increase for the Milliken events is for.
So that increase was requested for the 100-year celebration. So it's going to be a little bit bigger deal coming up this next year. And so the town wants to help contribute to that
Sure.
little bit bigger celebration.
I knew there was reason, I just wasn't remembering the detail. Thank you.
Trustee Measley?
No, I thought it was pretty clear going through it. So I don't really have any questions.
Okay. Trustee Beckman, any questions? Okay. Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich, any questions on the budget?
No questions.
Okay, thank you. All right, I don't have any questions. We've been through it before, so I'll go ahead and close the public hearing at 6:45.
Did you take any public in?
Oh, no. Any public comments on the? There's not anybody here, so, okay. It is now 6:45, and we'll close the public hearing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
It's okay. We're not voting on this tonight. We're not voting on this tonight.
No.
So, okay. Thank you. We're going to move to the action agenda item B, the security camera, new installation and upgrades to existing cameras. This is being presented by Cheryl Powell, Town Administrator.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Currently, well, I'll back up a little bit. A few years ago, the town started installing cameras in certain areas of town that we found to be more problematic. And we'd like to continue doing so. Mountain View Park, I think I mentioned at the last meeting during my administrator's report, has seen quite a bit of vandalism and destruction. Outside of just spray paint, it's actually had, there's been physical abuse, if you will, to some of our, the restroom in particular there. So we'd like to install a camera there. We've also added additional lighting into that area. The dog park, when we installed that camera, where we had it placed and the type of pole it was placed on kept losing signal. And so when we spoke with Greeley Lock and Key again, they suggested moving it to the other side of the park and placing it on a telephone pole, which we've inserted the telephone pole. We just need to move the camera. But the problem is the cameras we had aren't really good at facial recognition. They pixelate when you try to get too close to the subject or object, whether it's a face, a license plate, or so on. So in essence, those types of cameras that we have, and the same thing at the skate park, we're not being able to view who, through facial recognition, may be committing the vandalism, etc., theft. We had that happen at the dog park this past year with somebody stealing a wallet out of one of the cars that were parked there. So we're hoping by having the right equipment and in the right locations that we'll be able to apprehend more of these people and quicker than what is currently happening. I don't think we're going to see these types of crimes, if you will, go down. I think they're just increasing. So an effort to be able to help our citizens that are possibly impacted by this and help our police department, I would like to request better cameras in these locations. So that includes dog park, Lola Park, skate park, and the new one at Mountain View Park. At the same time, we have some cameras at the police department. And if you look in my report, my agenda memo, some of these cameras are 14 years old that are in the building. And two currently aren't working. One happens to be on the east side of, outside on the police department. We'd like to also have those replaced and upgraded with the same kind of equipment. These would all operate under the same system, which is AVA, which we've had very good luck with. We have other areas of town that are covered under them currently. So instead of having different camera systems and which right now I think there's 5 different camera systems, we would narrow it down to 3. Currently, the Heritage House is on one separate type of camera system, but it's doing well, and I wouldn't want to replace that. And then I believe there's one other system we have, Rick, correct me if I'm wrong?
WiseNet.
WiseNet, that is currently where?
That's for the hall, town hall.
Oh, town hall. So,
inside and out.
and that tends and seems to work fine. So I'm not looking to replace those that are currently working. At some time, if they do go down, I would want to bring them in onto the same system that we're using for everything else. And it helps the police department because instead of having to go into 5 different systems, they would have access to all 3 of these easily. So, hence my request for trying to get this done sooner rather than later.
I think it's important that we get these upgrades done. We certainly seem to be having an increase in crime and mischief, so opening it up for comments from the board members. Trustee Wakeman?
My only question is this in the budget or call for an amendment? And do we have the money?
So this was not in the budget. What we would do is bring an additional appropriation later to cover this. We have some revenues that we hadn't planned on in the budget that would cover this cost.
Thank you.
Trustee Meisner?
What are the recording capabilities of these cameras? And how long is the recording kept?
Do you want to answer that, Rick?
The individual cameras themselves come into the unit that we'll have, and it stores up to 7 days on that. But we have the cloud, and the cloud will store up to 30 days of recordings throughout. And we'll have license verifications on vehicles. We'll also have the facial recognition, which they call in this system facial masking. So we have that to look at also.
Now, are these cameras capable of being accessed from a cell phone?
No, because the way they were put into, let's take an example of the Mountain View Park. Has a very tall pole. They're going to put the cameras in, which have 4 cameras inside, so they can really get all 360 degree. From up there, that goes into a steel box. And that steel box is housed with a router and connectivity that will be sent out over the airway to touch that. Someone to be able to get into that, it's like having a router. They'd have to have a lot of authentication to get into it. It'd be very difficult.
Yeah, I was thinking in terms of the
viewing?
Police having the ability to watch the cameras while they're on patrol and so on.
Yes, they could have it on their cell phone, which I've got a to-do list to make sure that that gets installed on their cell phones, so that if they have to, they could bring it up and they can look at those cameras at any time. I'm also suggesting that in the police department that things get changed as far as monitoring is concerned. You have just 2 monitors in there now for 1 camera system. They need to set something up completely different so they can capture all of them, have them at least up and ready to see, so that anytime anything happens, they would be able to react quickly.
Can't they do multiple cameras on a single monitor?
Yes.
So to answer your question, yes, they can access them because we have the same system, I believe, on the water tower. And so Don could look at it, and the same thing at the RO facility. So Don can bring it up on his cell phone whenever something goes off.
Perfect.
And
Thank
I
you.
get emails constantly any activity on any one of the cameras or even the security system that we have here. If somebody comes in the buildings and not authorized to come in the buildings, I get emails for that.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Trustee Dean?
No questions.
Trustee Beckman, do you have any questions for our cameras?
No questions.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich?
I have one. Why can't the police be able to view it on their computers in the park rather than a cell phone?
They can.
They will.
We'll be able to do both their cell phone and on their tablets.
Okay. Perfect. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have another question.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. My other question has to do with, do we post that the cameras are there? And I'm not familiar if that would be a deterrent for people or not.
I believe we do. Actually, we have a posting right outside of the town hall that says that there's cameras there. Honestly, I would have to ask and see if we have them at the other locations, but I don't think it's a bad idea. And we can certainly do so.
Yeah. My feeling is if we can deter vandalism, it saves us money. So.
Absolutely.
If there are no further questions, I'll take a motion on the matter.
I move to authorize Town Administrator Cheryl Powell to approve the purchase of security cameras at Mountain View Park and upgrades to existing cameras at the Police Department, Dog Park, Lola Park, and the Skate Park.
I second it.
Town Clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Dean.
Yes.
Trustee Meisner.
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman.
Yes.
Trustee Beckman. Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich.
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you.
Thank you.
I think that'd be a great purchase for the town. Thank you very much. All right, our last agenda item is consideration and adoption of Resolution 23-22 sponsoring Teen Impact Award. Carrie Reinbarger, Town Clerk.
Good evening, Mayor and trustees. Tonight before you is Resolution 2318 regarding a request from the Johnstown Milliken Rotary Club. Oh, sorry. 2322. That's my bad. Thank you.
Sorry.
No, thank you. Requesting a sponsorship for the Teen Impact Award. On March 14th, 2024, they'll be hosting a Teen Impact Award banquet to acknowledge, lift up, and reward teens for their active service and character. The goals of the banquet include honoring teenaged individuals in the communities of Johnstown and Milliken who value truth, fairness, and friendship, and recognizes acts by such individuals demonstrating service and character. The amounts in their sponsorship request, supporting sponsor is any amount to $999. A service sponsor is $1,000, and a partner sponsor is $3,000. If you guys choose to move forward, I did leave a blank in the resolution as well as the motion to place that amount. And I also wanted to welcome John Coed. He is with the Johnstown Rotary, and he's here to answer any questions or provide any additional information.
Excuse me, I got a 2-page presentation that perhaps you can share with me. So to start with, thank you for the time, evening. My name is John. So our Teen Impact Award banquet, as Carrie said, is on March 14th of 2024. You know, our purpose, the whole Rotary Club, you know, it's all about kids, from grade school kids to high school kids. You know, every cent that we raise goes back to the community for the kids. Okay, So, you know, we have made a slight change this year. We're going to award kids the yell like, no, kids that yell like have had the largest impact on the community, their family, church, whatever it is, right? So this is not a contest of who is the best athlete. It is not a contest to who is the smartest. It is, you know, who has had the most positive impact. You know, over the last 2 years being on this, I have had the opportunity to meet a lot of students, both Milliken and Youngstown. We have a lot of really great kids. I mean, we really, really do. The process here, anybody in both towns can nominate somebody, you know, anywhere from 13 to 19. And so we take all the nominees, we take off the names, we take off the addresses, we take all of that stuff off, and we hand this stack over to the Windsor Club, because they don't know anybody here, and so they only look at, like the kids' resumes, what they have done, and the comments and thoughts of the person who has nominated them. And it's that independent club that makes the final choices. 2 years ago, we awarded 6 kids. Last year, we awarded 11 kids. 4 of them came from here. We would really like to do 15 kids this year. The banquet in March is really great. It's a whole meal, speakers, it's a big deal. It really is. So we have had the awards ceremony at the Y the past few years. The Y went through a lot of management change, 6 months ago, 8 months ago. And so they would like to actually kind of move out of it. So it's actually worked out for the best. I mean, we are going to, we have the banquet this year, at like the high school. We got kids involved. They're going to cook food. They're going to help us arrange it. I said, it's all about kids, right? It's all about leadership. And so, it is going to work, and so it's going to work out really well. This is our big fundraiser for the year. We hope to raise about $20,000. Right now, we got about $5,000. We'd like to close on everything by the end of January, because we have signs to make, posters to make, all of that kind of stuff. So this money that we raise, it is to cover the banquet expenses. That's step one. But the rest, it's like the Student of the Month award. And so they get into a pool then for, Student of the Year. That the guy wins a $1,000 scholarship, like the end of the year. We have our RILA camps. It is Rotary Young Leadership Awards. And so, kids, and so we send kids to a week-long camp up in Estes Park. Kids that came back, and they have described this as life-changing. They really have. I mean, we get so much positive feedback from those camps. We hand out a paperback dictionary to all third grade kids in Milliken and Johnstown. This year, I'm lucky enough, my grandson is in third grade at Knowledge Quest, and I can't wait to give him that. And so then we also contribute to, FFA, Interact Club. A year ago, we bought shirts for, I think it was the 6th grade class out here. There's just a lot of great causes. There's more causes than there is funds, right? So anyway, we are requesting a $1,000 to help. It is the same amount that you were kind enough to give in 2022. We were not fortunate enough to receive any in 2023, but we sure would like to, seek some help for this banquet in 2024. Any thoughts, questions that perhaps I can answer?
So, turning it over to any discussion for the town board. Trustee Meisner?
Well, having been a former member of Rotary, I think that this is a really important thing. And I do know that Rotary supports a lot of the kids and does a lot of things for the kids. And I would be personally in favor of becoming a partner.
Trustee Wakeman?
Thank you, Mayor. So, John, do I understand right that you're estimating the cost of the banquet to be about $20,000?
No, so the cost of the banquet itself is probably about $5,000, perhaps a bit less, okay? And so then so we have a goal to raise $20,000. The other 15 goes to the student, of the month, the student of the year, Future Farmers of America, Interact, third grade kids, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
So the kids that are honored at the banquet do not receive any funds?
No, so I mean, they get a very nice certificate.
Yeah.
We heap a huge amount of praise on them. So, but yet no. So no, those kids do not actually receive a financial award.
Okay. And then my only other question is and maybe it's of staff rather than you, John. And thanks so much for what you're doing.
Well, thank you. Like I said, I mean, I volunteer for the Johnstown Historical Society, Rotary Club. It's all goodness, right? It's all good. And of course, we are all looking for volunteers all the time, right?
Yes.
But it's all good, right? And the nice part about it is, it is so direct with the community, in these smaller towns.
Uh-huh.
I was able to become acquainted with the pantry here a few months ago. Mm-hmm. What a great organization that is. I mean, it's fabulous, right?
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
And so then I'm wondering from staff, did we have a request in 2022 or 23, and did we decide not to? I don't recall.
It was associated with the Y, so the town cannot donate. The year before, the Milken Events Committee donated, and we didn't have enough funding last year to donate.
Okay, all right. That's my questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Does that clarify? Mm-hmm. Was there anything you wanted to add? Oh, okay. All right.
I was just going to say what you said, for the most part.
Okay. Trustee Dean, questions?
Well, to begin with, I'm a former Rotarian and president for a couple of different clubs over the years, and very familiar with the programs in RILA. And I think you clarified this, and I do appreciate it. The money goes to support your RILA kids.
Yep.
Your dictionary program.
Student of the month.
And scholarship programs.
Scholarship programs, yep.
So,
You know,
yeah.
so, you know, we just made a $300 donation to Future Farmers of America, right? I mean, you know, it goes all the way down to that type of stuff, right? You know, the Interact Club
Yes.
is huge.
And is the Interact Club really active at the high school now?
Are they ever? So, no, they have, don't quote me on this, but it's about 300 kids involved in like the Interact Club now.
Wow.
You know, it's incredible. You know, it really is, right? I mean, they help out so much, all the way from our aluminum can recycling program to the quilt fair. They were there helping me put up quilt stands. I mean, you know, we have so many special kids.
Good, yeah. No, I was always so proud to be a Rotarian because of what they did to serve.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you, Mr. Dean.
With that, I would make a motion to.
We got a couple more people.
Sorry.
1 second. Trustee Beckman, any questions?
No questions, just like the idea. Great, thank you.
Okay. Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich?
I don't have any questions either.
Okay, now I'll take a motion on the matter.
I make a motion to be a sponsor in the amount of $3,000 for the program.
And adopt the resolution.
And adopt the resolution. 2322, is that correct?
21.
Yeah.
No, it's 22, correct? It said 21 in there.
It's
It's 22.
Yes. Welcome back. I was not very with it.
Okay, we got a motion, we got a second. So glad we could get through that. Town Clerk, could you please take a vote?
I'm sorry, who made the second?
I did.
Thank you. All right. Trustee Meisner,
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
Trustee Beckman,
Yes.
Trustee Dean,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich,
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, is there any more items to come before the board tonight? The rest of our reports are written. Do we have any board reports?
No, I have a question on the money we just allotted, though.
Oh,
I just want to know where, out of what part of the budget this $3,000 comes. Thanks, Wade.
Yeah, so we're not going to pay the board for the remainder of the year to cover that expense.
Works for me.
No, we've got some savings in a couple different line items, and we'll cover the $3,000 there. We also have, I'll confirm that happens before we bring an appropriation. If necessary, we can bring this back also. But I think we can find some wiggle room for that amount of money.
Thank you so much.
okay. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're out. Everybody have a good evening.